finally time to work in this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and take it inside and paint the engine bay. We're gonna sand down everything and paint it back the original color, because you can see they spray painted some type of copper looking color. So I'm gonna tow it inside and start working on this. This is a new project that's gonna have to get done here in the next few days and weeks probably. Gotta get it running to flip it and get it out of here. You save yourself a few bucks by cutting a Gatorade bottle, and you mix everything here. You mix the sealer, the paint, and the clear coat. You're a painter, you already know how much. All right, so these are the final results on this one. It is a lot of work, but just take your time. We like taking our time. We pay attention to detail as much as we can. It's not showroom. It's not gonna look like, obviously, when you walk out of the showroom, but we try to pay attention to little details like these. They pop really easy, and I'm sure you guys saw before. People usually just spray paint those. We try to remove them so you guys can see we remove them. They pop out really easy, and that makes it look a little bit nicer. You can see how they spray painted all that, but I'm not worried about these because we might change them. But that's how everything looked. They painted the nuts, they painted these, all these, but we try to brush them as much as we could or can. We're trying to, and then they also painted the whole brake lines, booster hose. They took hours, sanding those out and cleaning them out, but they all look like that one. So subframe, they did the same thing, and we've been, like I said, we've been trying to make it look as nice. You can see that one too. We popped that one out. That's a little plug, a plastic plug. Take your time. We removed the cowl. We wrapped the engine harness so it doesn't get painted. Take your time, because all stuff like that, it'll make a big difference. You remove everything that you can. This one's, we're already putting it back, but we remove that. We try to leave it as bare as you can, so you don't paint things you don't need to get painted. I rattle canned a little bit on the subframe, because like these little divots, they still have paint, and they kind of look like that. You can see. So I just went ahead and spray painted a little bit so it doesn't look that look like you can see the spot welds. Take your time. This a paint gun. I painted this with it was a $20 Harbor Freight paint gun. I bought this probably, I'd say 5 years ago, and I only use it for the engine base or a fender. I tried it in a car, like a complete car. I think you guys remember Cousin Danny's car, and it does okay, but you struggle a lot. This thing will not, it doesn't like to shoot for a long time, and especially the clear coat. But for 20 bucks 5 years ago, probably 15 engine bays, 2 full cars, several fenders, bumpers. I mean, it's I think it's seen way better days. I try to clean it as much as I can because, like I said, it comes really handy. $20 Harbor Freight, you can't go wrong. I don't recommend it to paint a full car because, like I said, it will you'll have a lot of orange peel or overspray, especially if the room is not designed to get painted. You can see in my brother's car, they painted it with a gun like that, and you can see orange peel. It has orange peel and overspray. So yeah, but on small stuff, small surface, it'll do all right, especially here on the engine bay. Temperature here was not the greatest. We had a heater on for a while, but then we turned it off, then we painted it, and then obviously let it bake a little bit overnight. It did really good. I mean, it turned out amazing. So yeah, we didn't do the fenders. We did the under of the fenders, but the fenders, obviously, we're gonna remove them and paint them, so we don't care about that. But yeah, another thing is this is not the original red color for the car. It's a different red that my brother had a gallon of paint sitting around, and we went ahead and used it because it's just an engine bay and it's red. We're gonna respray the whole car, and we're gonna paint it original red. You can see this is a little bit darker, and that's a little bit brighter, a lot more brighter. But yeah, take your time, remove as much as you can, so when you're putting it back together, you're gonna try to make it look a little bit as factory. Some of the stuff you're gonna miss, like we missed that one, but you know, it's not too worried about it. Just the ones you see the most. Once you put the clutch master and the cylinder, the reservoir, I mean, you're not gonna really see that, but this you will see. Stuff like that you will see. So yeah, I have a lot of videos that are piling up, and not a lot. It's really hard to edit them, but I'm trying my best. And like I said, working 410s, it's a hard job, and I'm probably gonna have to hire somebody to learn how to edit them. And I was gonna tell my brother Sam, see if he wants to help me, and some of the videos, racing videos, I'm probably gonna share with my brother Vicente, so you guys can check out some of the other stuff. For those of you that don't want to see racing stuff in this channel, we're gonna shove him into my brother's YouTube channel. His channel is more about racing and building and what we do with our personal cars. So my videos is more about watch and learn something about them. So that's that. All right, a little trick that I learned: you grab one of these. They usually go on I don't know what they call them, like a little sander or DA to sand stuff. So anyways, you usually see them at the body shops. Sometimes they just use them for a little bit and they throw them away, but you can buy a box or individually, however you want. You grab one of those, and then you get the scissors, you cut it out. That's depending how big you want it. I wanted it smaller. And then you grab a screw. This is plastic. You screw it through the middle, and once you screw it through the middle, I usually file, with the grinder, just so you don't mess up the threads. And this is what I use for my grounds on the car, because I painted the engine bay and now we don't have good grounds. And a lot of people, when they do the engine bay, sometimes they skip out on that, and then you have a car that won't start, or you don't have, your lights are not working properly. So what I do is, I already did it, I just wanted to show you guys, and that's how it turns out, like that. So that's the way I like doing them. Yeah, because a lot of times you can sit there and do it with a grinder, but it won't look even, and then the ground will mostly cover that, and at least you know it's grounded right. So yeah, you just put it on there, and it's gonna spin, and you're not gonna damage the threads because it's filed out. So it just spins. It doesn't have to be perfectly circle. It just spins, and you clean it out. I did the most important ones, which is this one to the transmission, battery terminal, and this one's for the headlights. It takes 2 on each side, so I just wanted to make sure they're done and we don't have any ground issues. If you don't have this one, obviously it's gonna feel weaker, or when you crank it's gonna feel very weak, or not crank at all. And the ones for the headlights, or the grounds for the lights, they're gonna be too dim, or they're not gonna come on at all, and you're gonna be chasing. So I did those two. Yeah, it just makes it look nicer. I know there's another one that goes here. It goes to the valve cover, but I don't recall, because yeah, there's 2 of them. One's for the headlight, but I'm gonna do it way after. Once it's already put together, I'm gonna put the headlights right now, and then once I find out which one it is, I'll probably do one. That way I don't miss, and it looks, clean when it doesn't supposed to, or it doesn't have to. So that's how you do an engine bay. Hopefully you guys like this and it helps somebody out. It doesn't take much. The paint, I got it through my brother, but if I would have got it, it only takes a pint of paint, and it would have been like $40-something. Then the clear reducer, they give you the amount that you need. You don't have to buy a whole gallon. You don't have to buy a whole gallon of reducer clear. No. If I would have bought everything, I've done it before, like Darren's car and whatnot, it usually takes like $150 or less sometimes. But when I paint people, people bring me bumpers and fenders, and I make them buy everything, and then we don't use everything. So I start accumulating or stocking a bunch of clears, reducers, hardeners, and stuff like that. So like this one, just because my brother had it, it didn't, like I said, it doesn't take much. It took probably half a pint to do this one, and red covers really good. I was glad I went with the sealer first, because it was gray, and this thing had been sprayed red before, rattle can, so I would have been chasing my toe or missing some spots. But once you do like a gray color, it was really easy, because you know what you're covering, and so yeah, it turned out really good. It looks nice. So stay tuned, and I have more videos I'm gonna edit and start uploading. I have a lot of videos actually, so probably more coming soon.